a question.
Yeah.
So, for everybody around the table, you're married and your husband, there's an election coming up. Your husband's going to vote one way and you want to vote the other way, but your husband says, no, I want you to vote what I'm voting. Would you do it?
I don't vote for presidents. I only vote on propositions. So
Okay, well, on the proposition, you want to vote yes and he wants you to vote no. Are you going to defer to him or are you going to vote how you want?
I think I would just vote how I wanted.
I think that depends. I mean, we can have a conversation about it, you know?
Well, let's just say that you don't really agree. Like it's a proposition or a president or whatever it is. You're like, no, I really feel this way. And he's like, well, I feel this way.
I mean, again, hard to say without knowing the context, but all things considered, you know, I'm going to respect our differences, and I'd like him to respect my differences, if that really comes down to it.
Do you want to continue on with the...
Yeah, just like if you and your husband had a disagreement on something you were going to vote on, are you going to, like, go with what he wants you to vote on, or are you going to vote how you want to vote once you're in the booth?
Yeah, I definitely think that I would listen to my husband's counsel and take into consideration his knowledge and why he's choosing that. And at the end of the day, if it's for a righteous purpose, I would definitely go with my husband's.
I do a little bit of research with political things, but my husband does a lot more than I do, and he pays attention. He has a pulse on it more than I do. So I would definitely trust what he has to say.
I feel like you guys are all just being really nice now. No? Do you think they're just saying stuff to be nice and not, like, fight with me?
That
Or
happens.
No?
That happens.
No,
Genuinely.
okay, good.
I mean, I would hear him out and I'd want him to hear me out, but like I feel like I tend to like not know much about politics. So if he seems to know more about it, and I'll do my own research after if like it's a big deal, like it's a big disagreement, and then I'd vote depending on that. But if I just do my own research, I don't agree, I would vote on what I would think is right.
Okay.
I'm really not sure. I'm not that big. I don't know much about politics either. And we have the same views on it too, so I'm not sure I don't think he would ever force me to change it because we have the same. But if we disagreed on something, then I would also want to listen to him and then do my own research and see.
Okay.
I think something else that this makes me think of is how women tend to be a lot more emotional, and we've talked about this, and I think that sometimes they make decisions, especially in the political light, that are based off of emotion, and it's generally not good.
Right.
And so I do think that is why the patriarchy is in existence.
Yeah, I think so too. Women are very easily propagandized. I always say that's like the bad news is women are easily propagandized, but the good news is that women are easily propagandized, so we can like push it back the other direction. Yeah. But yeah, they tend to, like if you look at women's voting patterns, it tends to be like, oh, I want to take care of everyone. I want to be nice.
Ace donated $69. Women, do you consider yourself to be feminine? And if you are, who taught you to be feminine?
Going around the table really quick, do you consider yourself to be feminine?
Sometimes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we are feminine? Like I'm a feminine person?
Yeah, like are you feminine?
Do you present as a
Yeah.
feminine?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm actually kind of a tomboy, but I'm very like motherly. So I have like a feminine side and I have like a tomboyish side.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Did you want to continue with your point? I think you were going back on something, or...
No, I was just saying like when you look at female voting patterns, it tends to
Didn't
be
trigger?
like women will not vote for someone who's
I'll get
bald.
that.
Women will not vote for someone who's short. Women will not vote for someone who's not tan. Like when they look at
Not yet.
when they look at women's voting patterns, it tends to be based on all kinds of other things, whereas men are more like about policy and
I think-
logic and things like that.
I think if women have had a personal issue with a
Yes.
policy too,
Is it muted, Nick?
they're more willing to vote that way instead of looking at the greater good for society.
Right,
And that's
yeah.
like an issue.
Yeah. Women do personalize everything.
Yeah.
They're not very good at abstract thinking.
You said they're like you're not a woman. Like we.
Well, I gotta say men and women and talk about them and them, but I do think I'm a little bit abnormally rational in some ways, but I'm still a woman. I'm still.
I mean, don't we all like to think we're a little bit better than
I don't think I'm
situations?
better. It's not.
I'm
really
not saying that.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
not
bad
really
word, but you know what I'm
better, but-
saying.
Well, like my husband always says that one of the reasons he picked me is because I tend to be more rational and logical than most women he's dated who
Sure.
tended to be highly emotional.
Okay.
Like he knows he can sit me down and reason with me and that
Yeah.
I'll be able to separate,
Yeah.
the personal from the political and things like that.